Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of What's That Herb. Today we are going to talk about culantro. So culantro goes by many different names like sawtooth herb, culantro. Some places they call them some form of coriander, but they're really not. And also in the Caribbean they call it chardon beni. So I have grown these plants in many ways, for example in soil as well as hydroponic. The plants I'm going to show you here started out in hydroponic and I transplanted into soil. So let's take a closer look and then I will talk more about this beautiful herb. Okay, here is what the herb looks like. This is my culantro. And as you can see, why some places call them sawtooth herb, because the edges of the leaves resemble like sawtooth, and they could be very sharp at certain times, like when the leaves are really mature and older. The leaves could be a little bit spiky, so when you touch it, it does give you a little poke. And they're very easy to grow, but they do start very slowly. So when you grow these from seeds, you have to be very patient, because it'll take them a while to get established. And once they get established, they will produce lots and lots of leaves that you can harvest and come again. The same thing the way lettuce grow, sort of like in a rosette stage here. And anytime you harvest the leaves, more will come out to replace the ones you pick, so they'll give you leaves the entire season. And the key thing about letting these plants grow and producing lots of leaves is that you have to cut off these flowering stems. You see, when they flower, they would shoot out this long straight stem. There's no leaves on it, maybe a few right here, but they're very sharp. You see that? And from that you will have these little short very sharp leaves that hold the seeds right here. So the seeds look like a pine cone in a way, like in the middle right there, and they will shoot out more and more and keep spreading out. But as soon as they start to do this, they will stop producing leaves. So if you want the leaves to keep continuing to grow, you have to cut it off. You see, I cut so many off already, and that's how I keep the leaves grown all the time. So anytime you see these, see, so they start out very small, but eventually they will grow really big and expand to like maybe 2 to 3 feet, and it'll cover the entire plant. And then when that happens, the leaves production will stop, and all you get are lots and lots of these seed pods right here. And then these will eventually turn a darker color, and then you can pick and then crush it, and then the seeds will come out. I have a video on how to collect these already to save seeds, so make sure you check the video and watch it. But what I usually do when I see these, I usually pick them off early. I just take my scissor and just cut those off. And these, you cannot eat these because they're very tough. And just throw these away. They produce a lot of them, and anytime you see them, same thing as basil and stuff like that, just keep removing the flowers. And when you remove the flowers, the plants will focus all its energy back into leaf production, so you're gonna get leaves the entire season. But again, if you don't do this, and then these will sprout bigger and bigger, and all you get on the entire plant it just the stems and a bunch of those seed pods that would come out. You see here? Now you have lots of these. Are just a few plants. They kind of spread out. So when you grow one of these and the seasons are nice and long, like if you live in the tropic, they will keep growing and growing and growing. So in many places in South America, these are actually a weed. But in Southeast Asia and those tropical countries, these are delicacies. They're herbs that people use in many dishes. If you go to some Vietnamese noodle, the pho places, you may see these given out when they bring out a dish of vegetable for you to put in the soup. And if you do, consider yourself lucky, because these are excellent in pho noodle soup, the Vietnamese pho noodle soup. And I love growing these things because when you touch it, they have this amazing aroma Uh, some people, sort of like compare that to cilantro in scent, but actually they're very different. I think they smell much better, and the aroma is much stronger. And when you touch it and smell your hand, you have that smell in for a while. So it's a beautiful herb. So I'll show you what the leaves look like. They see when you pick these and you crush them, uh, they smell just amazing. And so when you can eat this raw in a salad. I usually put them in my soup. I eat them raw a lot because I love the way they smell, but also I use them in my salsa recipe. That's the secret. It is amazing in salsa. So if you ever grow them, try them in salsa, and you will be amazed at the flavor that it can add. But also start out slowly, add a little bit, because the aroma and scent can be a little bit overwhelming if you never had it before. And these plants, they don't have any pests that I know of. I think all of the bugs really don't like them because they have that really unique scent. Also, they do prefer a temperature between 80 to 85 degrees. Anything more than that is gonna suffer a bit. Also, they do like, usually you find them growing under places where it gets a little shade. So if your plants are struggling under full sun, just move them to the shade and they would do really well. They do enjoy the nice soft soil that has moisture, so that they don't like dry soil too much. So give them a little moisture when you grow them, and also kind of like give them some shade. You see my herb here, these are sorrel, and the sorrel kind of help protect the culantro in the heat of summer in Texas, because right here we get so much sun that the plants will struggle, and you can tell because they will start to turn yellow and not do well, grow really slowly. But if you give them moisture and a little shade, they're going to grow huge green leaves, and then you have culantro to use all season. It is a great herb. I highly recommend growing it. There's no pests, and very easy to maintain. And once you have one bush, you may have a ton of leaves for the entire season. So keep harvesting them and keep coming back, and they will keep producing more as long as you don't allow these seeds to grow. So that is culantro, sawtooth herb. So I hope you will try it out if you have never tried them before. You can grow them in hydroponic. Check out my video on how to do that. Just remember, they do start out very, very slow, but once they get established, they will do just fine. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.